What's up, it's Timus here. Since Billy Crudup is in the new film Jake Kelly coming out this week, I decided to go ahead and do my top 10 favorite Billy Crudup movies because I've always found him to be a pretty underrated actor. I mean, he's actually with Naomi Watts now, so good on him. Now, I'm only including movies. I'm not really going to do his TV credits. I know, obviously, Morning Show he's good on and stuff, but I'm just sticking to his movie credits here. So, here's my official top 10 favorite Billy Crudup films. Number 10 is a really underrated movie I saw back in 2017 called Youth and Origin. Now this movie stars Frank Langella as an aging man who decides to travel to Oregon to legally end his life here, and his family must confront long-buried conflicts during the road trip. It is a really nice, touching, charming film. Uh, Billy Crudup, Christina Applegate's in this one. Nicola Peltz Beckham is also in this as well. Crudup, of course, plays Brian Eggersaw, who's the conflicted son-in-law, stuck driving Frank Langella's Raymond character. He's very obnoxious, sarcastic, and all. And he does such a really good job throughout. I mean, I remember seeing this one at Village Cinema back in 2017. It is really a decent little film that's well worth a watch here. All right, number 9 is the Sanford Prison Experiment. This is a really intense film. It's the dramatization of the 1971 psychological experiment where college students, were assigned roles of guards at prisons here. And Billy Crudup plays Dr. Zabardo, the experiment architect whose desire to observe behavior turns into disturbing moral blind spot here. And it's a really intense one. Also got the likes of Olivia Derby, Ezra Miller's in this one, Ty Sheridan, Micah Angelano, the kid who played Robbie on Victorious, he's even in this as well. You got some really good cast members throughout. It is very intense. I mean, yeah, if you guys haven't seen the film, highly recommend it. It's a very intense watch throughout. All right, number 8 is Without Limits. Without Limits stars the likes of Donna Sutherland, Matthew Lillard, Chris O'Donnell, and it's a biography sports drama about the legendary long distance runner Steve Profitane, and his intense relationship with Coach Bill Bowerman. And Crudup stars as the role Steve, capturing his fiercely competitive drive, charisma, and tragedy early years. It is a really nice sport movie that I think is well worth a watch here. Donna Sutherland's terrific. Monica Potter is great as well. It is a really decent film there. All right, number 7 is 20th Century Women. Of course, this is the Mike Mills directed movie from A24, starring Annette Bening, and it's about this teenager who is raised by a trio of unconventional women in the late 1970s. And Crudup plays William, who's a mellow, free spirit handyman living in at the house here. And he is really solid. Obviously, the more of the story centers around Annette Bening's character, Elle Fanning, the kid Lucas J. Zuman. But Billy Crudup does steal lots of interesting moments here. Really does play the character pretty well. I mean, it's a really decent film there. All right, number 6 is Watchmen. Of course, Billy Crudup plays the role of Doctor Manhattan, and yeah, of course, very unrecognizable, honestly. But he, of course, plays the blue, glowing Doctor Manhattan, and he does his transformation into a near godlike being detached from humanity and time. He does such a good job here. I really quite like the look of Doctor Manhattan. Obviously, he also worked with Zack Snyder before on. He actually did appear in Justice League and stuff, which man, why did they not get him back for the Flash? Is still beyond me. But anyway, Billy Crudup is still great in this one. It is a really interesting performance and worth a watch there. All right, number 5 is Spotlight. Of course, the movie that won Best Picture at the Oscar. Based on the true story of Boston Globe investigation teaming exposing the Catholic church system here. You got Crudup, who plays Eric McLeish, who's a high-profile attorney connected to earlier settlements here. And he does such a really good job. I mean, obviously, other great cast members. You got Mark Ruffalo, Micah Keaton, Rachel McAdams, Leo Schreiber, Stanley Tucci. A really wonderful cast. A really nice journalist film. Talking about the Catholic Church system cover-up of, abuse and stuff. And Crudup definitely does such a good job here. Alright. Number 4 is Rudderless. Of course, this was directed by William H. Macy. And it stars Crudup, who plays like this father who discovers his son's demo tapes and begins performing the music, forming his following his son's death here. And you do got the late Anton Yelchin, Selena Gomez, Lawrence Fishburne's in this one. I think this is one of Crudup's best performances in the past 10 years. He does such a good job here, giving like a broken man bearing his grief and alcohol until like music becomes his bridge here. He, of course, he does some of the music great in this as well. His chemistry with Anton Yelchin is great. Selena Gomez is terrific in this one. William H. Macy did a good job directing this one. I mean, if you guys ever seen Rudderless, it's a really good and really heartfelt story, really. Number 3 is Tim Burton's Big Fish. Of course, this stars Ewan McGregor, and you got Billy Crudup, who plays Will Bloom, who returns home to reconcile with his dying father, Edward, whose tall tales and magical stories blur the lines between fact and fiction. And you got Crudup, who plays Will Bloom, who's the grounded, skeptical son trying to understand the truth behind his father's storytelling. And Big Fish is great. You know, you do got the likes of Mary Cotillard, Ewan McGregor, Albert Finney, Jessica Lange, a very young Miley Cyrus is even in this. I mean, it's such a really decent Tim Burton film. Great performances throughout. Love the fantastical elements. I mean, it's a really decent film there. All right, number 2 is Jesus' Son. Now, Jesus' Son starred the likes of Crudup, Samantha Morton, Dennis Leary, Holly Hunter, Jack Black, as well like a drifter known as FH, navigates a messy life of addiction, bizarre encounters, and fleeting moments of tenderness, um, ultimately trying to redeem himself. And you got Crudup, who leads as FH, who's a soft-spoken, unreliable narrator, whose life spirals into like chaos and compassion here. And Crudup is terrific. Samantha Morton's great. Great performances throughout. I mean, it's a really decent, like, definitely one of like his earliest roles, really. And Crudup did such a good job in this one. And to me, his best film is obviously number 1 goes to Almost Famous. I think say this was actually his breakout role, really. Um, and this is of course about like a shy teenager named William Miller, played by Patrick Fugit, who lands the assignment of a lifetime writing a Rolling Stone cover story about a up-and-comer rock band Stillwater, and goes on tour with them here. And obviously, you know, directed by Cameron Crowe. Great cast. You had the likes of Kate Hudson and her breakthrough performance. Patrick Fugit, Jason Lee, Phil Seymour Hoffman, Jimmy Fallon's even this one. Zoe Deschanel. I mean, it's just really amazing. Really comedic. Great music throughout. Of course, you got Crudup, who plays Russell Hammond, who's a band charismatic, unpredictable lead guitarist here. And he plays him like very magnetic and emotional conflict, torn between fame, loyalty, and awe. And it's a really wonderful performance. I mean, if you guys haven't seen Almost Famous, give it a go. Really good film. But that's pretty much it there. Here is my quick rundown. Number 10, Youth in Oregon. 9, Stanford Prison Experiment. 8, Without Limits. 7, 20th Century Woman. 6, Watchmen. 5, Spotlight. 4, Rudderless. 3, Big Fish. 2, Jesus' Son. And number 1, Almost Famous. Now, there are a few other ones I could have included. Sleepers. Everyone Says I Love You, which is the Woody Allen film. The High Low Country. Charlotte Gray, Stage Beauty, Mission Impossible 3 he was in, Pretty Bird, Public Enemy, where he played J. Edgar Hoover, the Watch with Ben Stiller, Blood Ties, Glass Chin, Jackie, uh, Dying in a Gunfight. I mean, he's been in some other, Big Chief Fails, another really good one. But anyway, let me let you guys. What is some of your favorite Billy Crudup films? Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for notification. This is Samuel.